Hey, this is Bill Whitney from Calderwood Percussion. I'm also the tuba player for the Cambridge Symphony Orchestra. So, when our musical director, Cynthia Woods, came to me and said that she had programmed Mahler 6 for this concert cycle, I was really excited for two reasons. One, the tuba part has a lot of really cool stuff in it. And two, that meant I was going to get to build the Mahler box. So, if you're unfamiliar with Mahler 6 Symphony, it calls for a rather unique instrument, the hammer. So, he doesn't give a lot of information about it, except that it should be sort of a dull, loud sound, non-metallic in character, brief but mighty, I think he says. And many different orchestras over the years have done a lot of different things to try and create this sound. And in fact, Mahler himself performed it, I think, 3 times in his lifetime as the conductor. And he's written that he was never really happy with the sound he got. So when it was my turn to make one of these things, I put a lot of thought into, what he said about what he wanted the sound to sound like, and then thinking myself as a recording engineer, when an artist is working on a recording and the way that they describe the kinds of sounds they want to hear and what I have to technically do with the recording to make that happen, and thinking about what Mahler said that way. And then I enlisted the aid of Jay Frigoletto from Master Suite. He is a Grammy award-winning mastering engineer, fantastic recording engineer, and also a professor of acoustics, in addition to being a ripping piano player. He and I got together and talked about this for a long time, and he obviously has a lot of experience interpreting what artists want when they describe sounds. And this is the design that we came up with. Now, he did all the math for the acoustic design to get this thing to resonate at the frequencies we wanted. But this is what we came up with. So, in Mahler 6 Symphony, the 2 hammer blows, the 2 that are most frequent. There was a third originally. Mahler took it out. Performances happen both ways, but at least in the Cambridge Symphony Orchestra's performance, we're going to do 2 of them. One of them happens over a B-flat major chord, and one of them happens over a big unison concert D with just a B-flat and the trombones. So we decided that D was the pitch that we'd want to emphasize. Now, this isn't exactly a pitched instrument, but we wanted it to provide frequency content that would support the harmony of the symphony at that time. So, this is a 2-chambered acoustic resonator. The outer chamber that you can see is made out of 3/4 inch birch plywood with poplar and padauk corner caps and a big maple strike plate. This is tuned to 55 Hertz, but inside this is a smaller box made out of MDF, which is tuned to 73.4 Hertz. And the idea was that this instrument would provide more harmonic content, be a much more complex sound, have a little bit more of a sustain, still short but pronounced and musical, and be something that's more than just a big loud whack. Part of what we did to do that was to add a passive resonator, and we did that in the form of a 16-inch resonant head. So on the bottom, you can see we've got a head which that is a 1.25 inch deep drum shell which goes into the smaller MDF chamber. This head is then tuned to exactly 73.4 Hertz, so we get that resonance, that very short sustain that provides harmonic content and a more complex sound to support the harmony of the symphony when this instrument is played. So, if you'd like to hear it in person, then you'll have to come down to Kresge Auditorium at MIT on November 12th at 4 o'clock. Cambridge Symphony Orchestra will be performing Mahler 6 Symphony. If you can't do that, we are going to do a much more thorough demonstration and explanation of this instrument on the Calderwood Percussion YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. But in the meantime, here we go. See you at the concert.